in my view, what the Postal Service is doing, and somebody used an appropriate term, is beginning the process of a death spiral. You cut here, you cut here, you cut here, 20 years later, you have nothing. Because you don't have a service that people want to utilize. That's one approach. I think that's a disaster. The other approach is to learn what other post offices around the world are doing, steal every good idea that is out there.
Currently, if all rural post offices in the United States, all of them, were closed, that would save 0.7% of the operating budget of the Postal Service. 0.7%.
When I started at the post office in White River Junction, Vermont, there was about 40 to 45% of my group were veterans. Another thing I'd like people to understand is that the Postal Service is the biggest employer of veterans in the entire country.
Bottom line is, only Congress can stop what the Postal Service is doing. And for the elderly, for those that are just squeaking by, you know, I implore you to do something to stop what the Postal Service is doing, closing these rural offices.
We have got to wake up. The nation is being taken away from us by people up in here, what they call the 1%, and if you don't believe it, just wait another 10 years and you won't have anything.
My name is John Allen, and I'm up at the plant in White River Junction. I have just two quick things that I would like to bring up. Number one is that how did we get to this position where we're at death is at our doorstep now. This is our jobs, this is our livelihood, this is our families that we're talking about. How do we get to this point where Congress has made decisions on our behalf?
And it's not just the Postal Service, it has to do with Social Security and Medicare and veterans' needs and Medicaid and taking care of our children. Some of us believe that.
How many of you have a post office box? How many of you get delivery? Please, just put your hands up. Right? We all get it. How many of you have an account at Bank of America? How is the post office not too big to fail when it has the money? And Bank of America, who nobody is served by here, is.
Carol, I think your question hit a nerve. Okay, Jenny, where are you?